Hello, welcome to another episode on my podcast, The Young Adult Survival Guide. Today we are doing an episode called Automating Your Life. I've done an episode on automating your nutrition, your fitness, and your finances, but now I'm generally going to talk about how to make our lives more efficient, more fun, and more peaceful. Before we get into that, I want to share a quick life update. Number one, I just finished working with a spiritual and nutrition coach. I call her Hannah Healthy. Her name is Hannah. But basically, she really helped my relationship with food and body and made me get more in tune with my own intuition. Super helpful, super transformative. I also finished working with a business coach. Her name's Katie Saltzman. I was in a mini mind along with other women, and she really helped me kind of build momentum and move my business idea forward. So again, super helpful. Third thing is I have been feeling pretty stressed. I have not been getting quality sleep still. So I'm working with a doctor and trying to figure out that so I can be more peaceful and just relaxed. So I'm also intentionally incorporating more opportunities to be present, to meditate, because I am typically so future focused that it's really hard to be present where my feet is at. So, or feet are at, I don't know how to say that, but it's been super helpful to meditate. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get into the episode. I'm going to go over 5 things mainly. So the first thing I want you to do is ask yourself this question. This is going to determine if this episode is something you want to listen to. The first question is, are my current habits and routines adding joy and peace to my life? Or are they adding unnecessary stress? If they are adding unnecessary stress, number one, I feel you. I have been basically the person that jam-packs her schedule, is not efficient with it, just tries to do the most. I get burnt out, I'm stressed, I have these responsibilities and these obligations, and it gets overwhelming. So I get that. But what I want you to do if you're feeling stressed from your schedule is I want you to do number 2 tip, which is write down your current habits and routines on a paper, planner, or calendar. Literally, if you can, if you have the free time, if you're not driving or whatever, I want you to grab that calendar, grab that planner, like digitally or whatever, and put in those time blocks of what you do typically and when you do them and how you do them or whatever it is. And then once it's all written down or on your digital calendar of what you do, I want you to find and pinpoint, okay, this activity that I do is not even necessary and it's causing me stress. Kind of start to build the idea that you can eliminate something. I want you to look at something and say, like, I'm noticing I just do all these errands and routines, but I don't do anything that's fun, or I don't do anything that gives me alone time or that brings me peace. Like, I'm so burnt out because clearly my calendar doesn't have anything that feeds my soul and makes me feel alive. Like, look at that and see, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm working at this time and then I come home and I procrastinate for 2 hours and then I end up going to the gym, but by the time I come home I'm already running behind and I have to get ready quickly and then go to bed super late and wake up super tired. Like, you got to look at certain things and see, like, okay, can I go and work and then bring my workout clothes with me and then go to the gym right after work, and then get that procrastination piece gets eliminated and you have that extra free time to unwind, do your bedtime routine, get to bed on time, and so on. So just start to see where are the certain habits and routines that you have in your life that are not efficient, that are causing you unnecessary stress, like legit things that you don't even have to do but are causing you stress, and look at areas where you can then add in those things that bring you joy and peace. So just bring awareness to that fact, okay? So then the third tip, that's the hard work. This is the meat and potatoes, which you can gradually work yourself up to it. Remember that. This is where you rework the calendar. You cut, you add, and you move around the tasks to, once again, create peace, joy, and efficiency. So, for example, I personally was meal prepping once a week, and I would put it in these big 120-ounce containers, and then day by day I would take some out, put it in a smaller container, and then take it to work and whatnot. But what I realized is I was doing that when I was cooking for not just myself but another person, and now that I'm on my own, I have enough storage area to put my food in individual Tupperwares, and I do it one day a week where I plop in the stuff, frozen vegetables, the rice, and the meat, and put it all in the containers at the same time and plop it in the fridge. Literally, I come home, grab and go, grab and go, grab and go throughout the whole week, because I have created that system that makes it efficient to not only stay on top of my goals, manage my weight, eat healthy and nutritionally balanced food, but eliminates that time factor of constantly repeating actions of taking out, putting in, taking out, putting in, and just creates that efficiency. And I enjoy the food, and so it brings me joy and peace and all of those things that I like. But also, another example is, I kind of mentioned this, when I was going to work, I always worked out after work, but I would not bring my gym clothes. I'd have to go home to change, but then I'd like procrastinate, maybe snack on something because I was a little hungry, then go to the gym, then have to come home, eat, and I just got like very little time to unwind or ease into my nighttime routine, and sometimes I'd end up going to bed late. So once again, I would actually pick out now my workout clothes for the week, put it in a duffel bag, and put it in my car. Then I'd also take my work week clothes, put it in a duffel bag, and just like have the work clothes ready to go. I don't have to think about those things in the morning when I wake up and I'm tired. I literally have those items ready to go. So I found ways to make things more efficient, and it creates more peace in my life because I'm not having to use that brain power to go ahead and make those routines possible. I know I'm going to work out, and I know that serves me for my future, and I know it gives me peace when I work out and even after the fact. So those are certain things you want to keep in mind. You want to make sure that you're now reworking that calendar to fit in those types of things. And then the even more hard work, but totally worth it, is once you've reworked the calendar to give you a visualization of how you want to go about those routines and habits that will serve you. Like I said, not only I want to mention this, but like Monday, one way that I made it less stressful is, instead of trying to do all the grocery shopping, meal prepping, this, that, the other, all in one day, I found like little baby tasks that I can do on work week so that my weekend is freed for more fun-filled, more peaceful activities. So like Monday, I go to Sprouts grocery store and pick up my specialty items. Tuesday, and work out. And then Tuesday, I go to Trader Joe's and get my main grocery items, and also go to play soccer, which I love soccer. Wednesday, I start my laundry and work out. Thursday, I finish my laundry and pick out my work week clothes and my workout clothes that day. And then Friday, I meal prep. And it's just those baby tasks that I have to do each day, as opposed to just like being so like stressed about all the things I'm gonna have to do and then stress on the day that I have to do them, but make it small and manageable and bite-sized pieces so that it's like just smooth and relaxing. And that personally works for me. It may not work for you, but you got to figure out when and where and how you will want to do things that will create that peace, that joy, and that stress-free life. Obviously, there are things that are going to come up that are going to cause stress, but you want to be proactive in mitigating and reducing the stress-causing stuff if you can. So the hard work, though, number 4, is try out this new routine. I'm not saying stick to this routine. I'm saying you have to do this routine. I'm saying try it out. Put it into action. See how it plays out. You're going to see that maybe there are some things that maybe could be more efficient. So you want to ask yourself that same question that you first asked yourself. Are my current habits and routines adding peace and joy to my life, or are they adding unnecessary stress? Because then once you take that action, you rework it once again. Make some small adjustments. And one thing that's really helped me is I read the book called Atomic Habits. And this book showed me some techniques. Habit stacking routines. That's taking something and pairing it with another habit, or like it triggers. Like when I brush my teeth, I know after that I can do 10 squats. Or while I brush my teeth, I can also listen to music. I'm doing something I love and also doing something I know that's going to help me for the long run, keep my teeth healthy and all of that. And it's kind of feeding a reward system. Like, oh, when I brush my teeth, I'm rewarded with good music. And same concept with working out. Listen to music, podcasts, whatever you want to do. While I'm getting ready for work, I want to learn something. So I'll get ready for work and listen to a podcast. So I'm doing 2 things at once. It's all about making like things more efficient and easier, and trying to pair 2 things at one time if you can, and it doesn't lose its effectiveness by combining things. So you also want to use techniques like the things you want to do, make them easier. So I mentioned have your workout clothes ready to go so that you don't have to think about it. Right after you finish work, you have your workout clothes in your car. You know that you can easily go straight to the gym, have your clothes ready to go, and it made it easier for me to accomplish that task, and it took less time, so I'm more likely to do it, as opposed to, maybe eating unhealthy cereal. It make it harder to do by not buying it, that you literally have to make a special trip to the grocery store to get to that unhealthy cereal to then eat it. So you make it harder by not buying it. So you want to try to find ways and techniques to make those things that are easier, that you want to do easier, and the things you don't want to do harder to complete, and habit stacking. With that said, if this is overwhelming to you, once again, feel free to listen to the podcast episode or Instagram message me asking any questions you have. My Instagram is hannah.newman625. You can ask me questions, but just keep it simple. Do one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself, and just buy a planner is the first step. Then week 2, go ahead and write some things down. Week 3, review it, look it over, see if there's any gaps. Week 4, people have a tendency to go to extremes, and they get overwhelmed and they get burnt out and they give everything up. They throw in the towel. But don't make the same mistake that I have made so many times before. Just gradually make some changes, gradually incorporate things. And I highly recommend you read the book Atomic Habits. It's one of my favorite books of all time. But if this was helpful to you, please go ahead and share this on your social media. Tag me, because I would really appreciate it. Let me know that you listened and enjoyed. Share it with a friend, and I hope you have a great day.